But some I got to do. All right. So starting over. So we investigated the tube, and the methods that we used to investigate the tube, like the way we went about doing it, we started by pulling the ropes to see how they affect each other. So we started by pulling the ropes, see how they move. We pulled one side out as far as possible. We put a piece of tape as close to the tube as we could, and we pulled it out to see if it would come out the other side, or maybe it would come out the bottom, or maybe it would come out that bottom. We repeated it once we got some initial data there, or lack of data, because sometimes it didn't do what we were expecting it to do. We tried it on a different rope. Another thing we did is we pushed all the ropes in, and we shook it. Okay, from those methods, from those things that we did, some of the data that we came up with is that, probably the most useful piece of data was that how the ropes move. If I pull one rope out, all the other ropes get pulled in. And if I pull on a different rope, that rope will get pulled in. So the ropes seem to be all connected somehow. So each string affects the others, they all pull the other strings in. So more data/evidence. We needed more detailed observations. And so what we did is we really tried to pay attention more closely to what the ropes were doing. We carefully pulled, we tried to feel if there was more resistance one way or less resistance another way. And then the evidence that we got from the tape methods that I talked about earlier is that when I put tape on a bottom rope and pull through, the tape comes through on the other bottom rope. We did the same thing on the top, and so the tape evidence would indicate that the top ropes are the same and the bottom ropes are the same. More data/evidence. When all the ropes were pushed in, so I told you how we put all the ropes in and shook it, well, we heard a sound, which was interesting. It sounded like hard plastic. And importantly, the sound only occurred when the ropes were pushed in all the way. So to get more evidence and to further test our ideas, we created a model or a replica of the tubes to test the two final ideas that we had. Unfortunately, we couldn't tell the difference, and I'll talk about the ideas here in a second. We couldn't tell the difference between the two ideas, so we kind of got it down to two ideas. We picked one over the other for some different reasons, but building the models kind of helped us convince ourselves, and we could convince other people that the models do what they're supposed to do, as far as comparing them to the real tubes. So we had 4 ideas. And we came up with those talking to classmates, brainstorming. Our first idea makes sense with the tape observation. We got the top rope the tape would go from here to here. The ropes would all work the same way. These two are wrapped around each other. And so the one problem is it doesn't fit with our rattling notes. So our second idea is we put a ring around the ropes. And that actually led us to a new idea, which that one on the right there is that the ring actually serves a purpose. And so the ring is what causes the rattling, is what we believe. Now this one, the ring doesn't really serve a purpose other than to maybe hold the ropes together. Over there, the ring serves a purpose, but both would cause a rattling noise, and both would fit with the tape evidence, and both would fit with the ropes would work the way that they're supposed to. So we decided on this choice mainly because we like the idea of the ring serving a purpose rather than just being there, and it does explain the evidence. It explains how the ropes move, it explains the rattling noise, and it explains that the tape passes from top to top and from bottom to bottom. Our future work, we'd like to identify the substance of the ring. We could do that by testing different sounds, knocking different things against the tube, see if it sounds similar, different. We'd like to develop a test to try and decide between our final 2 ideas. Unfortunately, we don't have any ideas to do that right now, but that's kind of where we'd like to go in the future. And there's the second slide.
That one is crappy compared to the first one.